Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's unbagging is the Look Fantastic beauty box / bag for December 2022. So as you can see, this month they've given it us in this lovely velvet feeling bag. I'm sure it's not velvet, but it feels amazing if you like that kind of feel. I pay for the Look Fantastic beauty subscription myself. This is the UK version. I don't actually know if they operate in other countries now I've said that, but anyway, this is the UK version. So in terms of price on this one, you can get it for £17.50 a month if you do like a rolling monthly subscription. The lowest you can pay, there are amounts in between, is £13 a month if you sign up for a year. So I actually signed up for a year when I got this because at the time I was really loving the box, and you also get it obviously cheaper because it works out a lot cheaper if you pay for a year up front. Plus I got like a year's free delivery on the Look Fantastic website as well, which is quite cool. So anyway, in this video we're going to unbox and bag everything. We're going to look at everything that's inside. We're going to talk through the things, what it is, what it does. We're going to try some products out. I'll tell you how much each individual item is worth, and then hopefully by the end of the video you will know whether this is a subscription you want to consider, whether you want to try it out, and I will put links, discount codes and stuff underneath if you are interested. And I'll also let you know a sneak peek for the January box. Incidentally, there are affiliated links and discount codes under the video. And what that means is it doesn't cost you any extra to purchase. Usually there'll be a saving for you if there's like an offer or something, but I may get a small commission for referring you, which helps me to keep making these videos, buying the boxes and stuff like that. So I really appreciate all of your support. So I really do appreciate the fact that we've got this bag because it's just so much more useful than just giving me yet another box. Lovely, lovely, gorgeous blue colour. It's got a gold like zip, and then the zipper tag is like blue. The only thing is it is kind of picking up all sorts of bits and pieces. This box is called the Festive Edit, which makes sense because it's December. 'Tis the season to be festive. December is all about festivities, candy canes and mulled wine here at Look Fantastic Beauty Box. This box will ensure you're ready in the lead up to all your celebrated festivities, whatever they may consist of. And then it goes on a bit, so we don't need to hear all that. Let's just start looking at what's in here. So the first product I'm going to show you is our sneak peek from the November box. We kind of knew this is what we were getting, and I'm excited to like try this out. It's by Medikate. This is the Micellar Mousse, and it's a 40ml travel size, I believe. It's worth £8. So it's in a pump style bottle, which makes sense when it's a mousse. Let's look at what this looks like. Traditional kind of moussey texture. I guess it will behave a little bit differently when it's got a little bit of water there as well, but it just gives you a bit of an idea what to expect. It's got a citrus scent to it, which I like. I've noticed this in some of the other Medikate cleansers I've used. I like the citrus scent. It does slightly concern me because citrusy sort of products can sometimes cause irritation, especially if you've got sensitive skin. Isn't really an issue for me personally. I haven't noticed any problems, but it's just something to kind of be aware of. It tells you every morning and evening, pump the micellar mousse onto the palm of your hand and massage into the moistened face and neck. So obviously if my hand had been wet, it wasn't, then it might have behaved ever so slightly different. Gently remove by splashing with water and pat face dry. Best to use after removing stubborn waterproof eye makeup. Personally, I don't know if I'd put this near my eyes anyway, but I've got a bit of a thing about this. I'd much rather remove my eye makeup with like something on a moistened kind of cotton pad rather than like applying a cleanser to my eyes, but that's just me. So this is where we're starting off. This is our first product. It says it's designed to effortlessly elevate any cleansing experience and results with innovative skin purifying technologies. What I can tell you, Medikate, really great brand, really great product, so I am really happy to have something from them because it feels like something kind of worthwhile and exciting. And there is QR codes next to all the products as well, so there's things where you can go and look and learn a little bit more about your products. There's actually 6 products in here as well, so we're going to keep going. Next up we've got something from Christophe Robin. This is the clarifying scrub with sea salt, 40ml, and this one is worth £6.72. I have spoken about this before. I personally can't use it because it's got sodium lauryl sulfate in. Wish they'd remove that ingredient because it's a cheap foaming cleansing ingredient, and although a lot of people don't have issues with it, a lot of people do. So I would have thought nowadays when we're removing a lot of those kind of problematic ingredients they would do it, but sadly they have not reformulated this product. But it gets very good reviews. It is a scalp scrub. This would be particularly good if you've been overdoing it with the dry shampoo. Haven't we all? Or if you just feel like your scalp just needs a really good kind of massage, especially this time of year. I get more of like a bit of a kind of flaky scalp and it just needs that little bit of extra massage, and this would be a great product to do it with. It says this award-winning scrub has become a hair care saviour for both men and women. The best-selling scrub features a hybrid formula combining 2 potent ingredients to soothe even the most sensitive scalps. Next up, we've got a product from Athena, Mina, this brand. So it's a black eyeliner. It's a full size worth $14.95 and it's called the 24-Hour Pen Eyeliner 900. Interestingly enough, it says this eyeliner is the best of the colour pen eyeliners with 14-hour long wear and a super precise tip. Now, intriguingly, it's called the 24-Hour Pen Eyeliner, but it lasts for 14 hours. That seems like a bit of a mixed message, but anyway. So I'm not going to open it right now just because I get so many eyeliners and I do use them and I find they dry up as soon as you open the cap. They start to dry up and whatnot. So I'm going to wait until I'm actually using it. But I have used this eyeliner before and it is a really nice eyeliner. It's one of those that I think performs well for the price. It's like, you know, like some you get and you think this is an inflated price, I would never pay that for it. I probably would. It's a decent eyeliner. It's proper black. It kind of performs well. It doesn't sort of skip or anything like that. It's a really good solid eyeliner, so I am happy to have that in here because at some point when mine runs out I will definitely be reaching for it. So the next product I actually used while getting ready today, and it's by Terry, and this is their rather famous CC Serum, and we've got it in shade number 4, Sunny Flash. This is a 7ml sample size and they're saying it's worth £15. Now it is quite pricey. I know a full size is about £61, so it probably is worth about that. It says perfect your complexion with By Terry's Cellurose CC Serum, a colour control elixir that delivers brightening, moisturising and correcting properties to rejuvenate dull skin. So I will show you a swatch in a second of kind of what this looks like, but I have got it on all over my face, but obviously it's not the only thing I've got on. So this product is an interesting one in that it's kind of part primer, and I've read up on this is not me making it up. It's part primer. It can also, if you don't use it as a primer, you could mix it with your foundation and it would just give it that extra bit of glow, or you can even use it like as a highlighter just to highlight certain areas. So I found when I used it, it did make all of my skin quite glowy, although I use a lot of skincare products that also kind of contribute to that, and I will be doing like a full-on, this is my skincare routine, this is my makeup routine. We're going to do this probably between Christmas and New Year. I'm going to catch up on those kind of videos that I've been wanting to make for a while. Anyway, back to this. Now what I did find with this product is I feel I would need an awful lot of this in order to kind of cover my whole face. I don't think this colour's a great colour on me, and when I've looked on their website, it's actually designed for people with medium to dark skin, and obviously mine is very, very pale naturally. If you look at my neck, you can actually see the difference. So I feel this is too kind of orangey and dark and doesn't match my skin tone in the way that other CC creams I've used do. And I don't think it's as good as the CC cream that I've known and loved for years, my boring one. I put a card here if you've not seen that video and you've not seen me talk about that product. I love that much, much more than this. And it's cheaper, incidentally. Anyway, back to this. So this is what it looks like. So you can see I've put a bit of a dollop there, and can you just see there the kind of colour difference to my skin tone? Now, for me, this is just too dark and it just isn't the right colour for me at all. So I think it would almost be better for me to use this, and this is how I'm going to do it to use it up, because I do try to use up everything I've got, some with more success than others, but I am going to use it just to mix into like my foundation or my other CC serum, just for a hint of warmth. But I have to be really careful because honestly I did some teeny tiny little dots, like I really did apply it sparingly, and as soon as I put it on my skin I thought, whoa, this is not the right colour for me at all. This is before I'd realised it wasn't for my kind of skin colour. But it's interesting, what's interesting to me is that this particular shade, Sunny Flash, is actually one of the more popular colours, even for people with a light skin tone like me. So maybe it's just that I don't kind of tan enough to use it, or I don't like this particular colour on me, I don't know. But it is like super pigmented, and just, I mean, look at that. That is such a contrast, isn't it, to my face? So for me, I don't feel like this is going to work. Having said that, I am actually really glad it's in here because I've got the same shade in one of my advent calendars and I haven't tried it yet. And I'm glad I haven't, because clearly it would have been the wrong colour. So at least I can pass it on to somebody who can make good use of it. So it says brightening. Yeah, it definitely can be used for brightening. You can see how it catches the light. Moisturising. I wouldn't have said it added much in the way of moisture, nor does it make your skin dry or anything. It doesn't like cling to your skin in that way that some things can to make them a little bit drying. Correcting properties, possibly. I don't know. But it is a cult product. It's a really well-known product. And what I like about the box this month, and we've not finished looking at what's in here, but compared to other beauty boxes, they're not like random products with inflated RRPs that you've never heard of and they're like, yeah, it's worth all this money. Everything in here I know I have either used or now just used. This is the first time using this, but everything else I've already kind of used before or tried or whatever. And actually, yes, I would go out and pay what they charge for these things. So for me, even though like the total of this particular box is only worth just over £54, it is actually worth that and not some inflated RRP. Like I said, like some other beauty boxes that shall remain nameless do. You probably know what I mean if you've watched a few of my videos. Anyway, that was the 4th product this month. The next 2 products are definitely really good for this time of year. It's cold. It snowed a heck of a lot. I mean, where I live in the northwest of England, I had to get 2 people to help me get my car out of where I live and onto the street. It was a nightmare. So winter has officially hit, certainly where I live. The point is, it feels like winter has hit. So this next product I have purchased before. It's by Neutrogena and it is their Norwegian Formula Concentrated Hand Cream. This is very good. The only thing I would say, this is the scented version. I would prefer the unscented version because in the winter my eczema and things start to play up and I get a little bit more sensitive to products, and a scented one isn't best for that. But I definitely know who I can give this to. So it says instant relief of dry chapped hands in just a drop. So this is one of the more affordable hand creams I've used when I've got really dry hands in the winter, compared to like some high-end ones that I love but cost a fortune. This is definitely a good kind of staple one and is well worth the money. So this retails at £4.15. It's enriched with 40% glycerin, and the concentrated hand cream effectively relieves skin dryness to leave hands feeling soft and supple. Its reparative properties protect and restore the skin barrier to ensure that skin is nourished, moisturised and healthy. What more could you want? It also says for 200 applications, so it should last quite a while even though it's only a 50ml tube. And the final product is one I could not need more, and I love this product. It's by First Aid Beauty, and this is the Ultra Repair Cream. 28.3 grams. I think this is a travel size. It could be a sample size. I'm not certain on that. I tend to buy it in a much bigger pack. This is worth £6. This is enriched with shea butter, eucalyptus, oatmeal and ceramides. First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream brings immediate comfort to tired, itchy and flaky skin. Better still, the antioxidant element of this moisturising formula also provides protection against free radical damage. Didn't know about the free radical damage, but as somebody who, like I said, can get severely dry skin and eczema and stuff, this is, for me personally, has always been safe for it. It hasn't irritated my skin, it's just added some lovely moisture. Now you could use it on your face. Personally, I actually use it on my body, which is why I buy it in a much bigger pack. So it's got a lovely thick texture to it, so it does require a little bit of working into the skin, but I find it's totally worth it. It feels so lovely and comforting. This time of year, this is the sort of product I will keep with me, and this size is actually really good for this. It will be going in my handbag, but it's great because you can totally use it as like a hand cream. You could apply it to your face if you wanted to. You could apply it to your body or anywhere that you've got itchy, flaky skin, and it's just a lovely saviour. It just feels so kind of comforting and lovely, and I've bought I don't know how many tubs of this. It's brilliant. It does say intense hydration for dry, parched skin, safe for sensitive skin. Apply from head to toe once or twice daily or as needed. Dermatologist tested, no artificial fragrance, so it hasn't really got scent to it, so it won't irritate. It's just magic. So I would most definitely recommend this if you are somebody who gets dry or sensitive skin. It's brilliant. So for me, this has been a really great box this month. Lots and lots of things in here that I will use. Like, there's only the scalp scrub that's just not going to work for me, but I'll just pass that on to someone. And clearly, the CC cream isn't going to work as an overall product, but I can definitely make use of it kind of elsewhere in my routine, mix it in with my other products or something, or just use it as like a dot on, a little bit of kind of colour to the face. Let me know what you think of these products, but I personally am happy with everything we got this month. Like I said, not super high value, but because it's products I know, love and believe in, I would rather have something like this than, like I said, really artificially inflated kind of RRPs for products you've never heard of. Anyway, what is a sneak peek for January? This Works Morning Expert Hyaluronic Serum 15ml. There's no such thing as January blues at Beauty Box, as we're always looking forward to the next amazing box. A powerful super blend of wheat-based hyaluronic acid to plump and vitamin C to help firm, tighten, smooth and improve skin appearance. I believe I've used this before, but I can't really remember what I think about it. I don't think it's spectacular, but I don't think it was bad either. So I can't remember. We'll have to try it again. Anyway, definitely prefer the December box to the October and November Look Fantastic Beauty box, which I unboxed fairly recently actually because I was like catching up. I'll put a card here if you've not seen those unboxings. Didn't really like those products as much and was like a little bit like, oh, I don't know if I want to continue this subscription now, signed up for a year. Anyway, I do like the box this month. I'm happy with it, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Like I said, links and discount codes if you are thinking of picking this up. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I would love it if you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.